All right, welcome everyone. It is coffee time. Feeling stuck like glue? Getting unstuck with Dar is what we are going to do this morning. I had to use the glue because of Dar uses lots of glue. I was looking for the perfect picture for Dar yesterday, and I found this glue and I thought, that is perfect. Not too much, just enough. So, welcome everyone. Um, you know what? Everywhere I go, everyone is really working on that 30-second elevator pitch. And we are getting so much better at it, but I want us to get perfect at it. There's no need in saying your name. Everybody knows your name because it's on your screen. And you only have 30 seconds, okay? Or if someone introduces you, then guess what? They already know your name. Now, if you're meeting someone at the grocery store for the first time, you will want to put your name in there, okay? But we can all see Anita is Anita, Dar is Dar, Abby is Abby, and Tamara is Tamara. LaDonna is LaDonna. So save that 2 seconds from saying your name and go right into your pitch. And what should your 30, and I hate to say pitch, it's really an introduction to me, it's 30 seconds. And I don't think in a 30-second anything you really need to pitch anything unless it's, oh, let's chat, let's have coffee, call me. So I want to start with Dar. And Dar, I want you to give us your best 30-second introduction. You are muted, my friend.
Not anymore. I am Dar from.
Start over. You are not Dar. We know your name. It's on the screen.
I'm sorry, I'm all frazzled because I'm all frazzled because of shithead. That's my love name for Spencer.
I know.
All okay, right.
Don't call Abby a shithead. What's the matter with you?
Well, I just saw him.
All right, Dar, let's go.
Okay. Canadian born, Ontario raised in the land of maple syrup where people drown their pancakes with it. I design custom created cards with my own hands just for you, all made with love. No AI enhancement, just my own creative brain and hands, where each finger has a little brain in themselves. If you are interested in looking at my cards, visit my website at darscreativecards.ca.
Perfect. And you know what I loved so much is when you said the little brain in the hands.
Trying to come up.
And I loved it because guess what? It caught my maple syrup. Number one caught my attention. Number two was your fingers, and you even showed your fingers. And for you and for most of us that because we're at the keyboard, our fingers really do have brains in them, right? We're using our fingers all day long. So that's perfect, Dar. I love
Thank
that.
You. Yes, thank you.
Perfect. All right, Anita. And then we're going to go to Tamara.
Hi, I help people who've received a life-changing diagnosis to move from the shock and overwhelm of that into hope and healing.
Perfect. The only thing I would ask you to do, number one, it wasn't a whole 30 seconds. So you have time to you haven't asked them to do anything. Call me.
Okay.
Chat with me. Book a call. Here's my website. Don't go into www. all of that. Or if it's not an easy website, don't use that. Just say, hey, and you know what? If you're going, before I forget, if you're going somewhere, you will want to make sure that you have your barcode on your phone. Your little, they don't call it a barcode. What do they call it? I just had a brain fart.
QR code.
The QR code on your phone because business cards are not the thing anymore. If you have them, it's great, but some people will just want to scan your QR code right away and then start looking at it, you know, when you're not supposed to, like when the speaker is speaking. I mean, it just happens, or after they have their lunch or whatever. So remember that. If you don't have a QR code and need help, reach out. I can help you. I'm sure Abby can help you, whatever. So that's the only thing, is make sure you finish up with your offer, but your offer is
Where
going
is
to
it
be
going?
call me, look at my website, book me, look fool, you need me. No, you know, something. Bring out something to offer them. All right, Tamara, then Abby.
My program is Pivot Coaching, and it's a program specifically for vibrant women over 50, navigating their way through a life-changing event. I help rediscover your purpose, reignite your motivation, and help you find crystal clear clarity and direction so that you can not only start thriving in your life, but are not surviving in your life, but thriving. My website is www.tamerleepatrick.com. Get on there and book an appointment with me, and let's find your roadmap to success.
Love it all except leave out the www dot. Just
Okay.
Tamara Lee Patrick. And you did put Lee in there, correct? Or no?
Yes, it's tamerleepatrick.com.
Okay, I would not spell it L-E-A if you were telling me that. Put in L-E-E. So really what was different about your name, which people will resonate with, is look me up on Tamara Lee Patrick. Lee, like in L-E-A.
Okay, I'll do that.
Something
Okay,
like
that makes sense.
something that sparkles, you know, make it exciting. L-E-A. Something.
Okay, that works.
Lucky, eagle, accelerates. I don't know. Something that.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right, Abby.
I am the tech angel flying in to help you with your computer issues, your safety, and data mining. It is my pleasure to turn your stress around and give you more productivity, ease, and joy back in your business and life. So book a tech call with me now, and I'll fly in to help you. Thank you.
Okay, how am I going to get a call with you? I didn't hear that part.
Oh, no, you didn't hear that part. So go to tech-assist.ca and the contact page, and that's how you can reach me the quickest.
Perfect. That's awesome. Okay, so I am your business accelerator and coach. Grow your business through strategic networking and collaboration. I love to show you how to build your business. Let's chat. Let's really get your strategy together today. LaDonnaMcAbee.com. Probably not an entire 30 seconds, but they have the hook. They have how to reach me. They have what to do with me. So that's really all you can do in 30 seconds is what do you do? How can you help them? And what is your offer? And it's 30 seconds. So don't ever offer something for sale. Just, you know, get to know me. Have coffee with me. Let's chat. Let's meet up at the Starbucks, whatever the situation is. All right. With that said, I want everyone to go ahead into the chat and put in. I think everyone knows how to reach each other, so we're not going to do that one today. We are going to do, what am I going to do to make me happy today? What is that going to be? What am I going to do to make me happy today? Not your business. You. It's all about you. Maybe you're going to go for a walk, a long bath, a long hot shower. Maybe you're going to go and splurge on your favorite drink, or go splurge on a dessert somewhere, or maybe make your own dessert. It doesn't have to be, oh, I'm going to go shopping and, you know, buy me a new wardrobe, or go on a vacation today. just something that's going to feel like it's going to make you happy, at least in a happier place than you are now. Okay. I had 3 sick dogs today. They gang up on me. They're like babies. It's like I'm running a freaking preschool around here. And they all have something different. It's not like they have something and they're catching it. It's all something different. So that's what my life is filled with today, besides a full calendar. But I love to get a tablespoon and put peanut butter on it and dip it in my cereal. And that's what I've already done this morning. It's healthy for me, but it is a splurge because I usually don't do that. And I may even have a second cup of coffee today, which I usually only have one. I'm just feeling like I need it. What do you feel like you need today, Anita?
I started my day with a 3-mile walk. Gives me
Awesome.
energy. I like the peace and quiet of the early morning because I go right after the sun is up enough not to be walking in the dark and hit by the cars of people going to work.
Yes.
So I really enjoy that time, and then I have energy and feel good all day. So I got a jump start on my day.
Awesome. And you know what, Anita?
Way to go.
When I fell in an estate sale, like a klutz, I fell and broke my arm. So I quit going to the gym, and I was really, it was hard for me to maneuver the arm and walk and do things with it, right? And then 6 months later, before my arm was healed, I fell off of a 0-turn lawnmower and broke my leg. So I haven't been back to the gym, and they say they're both healed, but they're both still challenging when it's humid or we get rain or if it's cold. So it's always something, right? But I told my husband, I'm really going to try my very best. I live on 5 acres, so I don't have to worry about cars and all that. My grandson has moved in with me part-time to go to my school district. So I get up anyway with my husband at 5. So I think I'm going to start marking off my calendar early morning appointments. And from 6 to 6:20, I'm going to start walking around my property. My grandson's up, so if something would happen and I would fall, then he's home. He's 16. He can drive me to the hospital or whatever. My husband's already gone. It's daylight and it's cooler outside. I'm really going to start trying to do that now.
Yeah, I live in Florida. If you don't go when the sun is coming up and not hot, then I'm not walking in 90 degrees.
Humidity is horrible right now.
LaDonna, little steps.
Yes.
Little steps.
Yes. I've been walking from here to the pond, part of the pond, and back with the dogs. So now I want to start like stretching it out a little bit. Because I don't feel good anymore. I just don't feel like I have any energy. And I know it's because I'm not utilizing my body. And the next thing is that Abby and Dar has talked me into getting one of those little paddles that go under your desk. So I'm going to start looking for one of those on the marketplace. And if I don't find one, I'm just going to look on Amazon and order it. And the big blue truck will deliver it in a few days. I don't know. But that is something I can do easily. But I need it. And it will be a struggle. But I'll get it there. So Abby, what are you doing today to make you feel better?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. I am doing my pedal device underneath my desk. As you can see, I'm wobbling. That makes me feel better. And having our diabetic shake also makes me feel better. It energizes me, and I don't get the high sugar issues. So that makes me feel better.
Awesome. That is awesome. All right, Dar, how about you? Dar?
Sorry, I'm a little bit distracted. People are responding to my request to help Spencer and so on and so forth. Anyway, my morning is unique this morning because I got up and went around the neighborhood looking for him. Talked to a couple of people, and I really got some exercise this morning. So in fact,
Good.
my sugar level is 7.2 right now, so it's pretty low for me. So as Abby talked about, we have our we don't know what to call it, just a shake. We had it with raspberry and blueberries, and it's pretty energizing. We do that every morning, first thing we do, and then
Awesome.
last thing we do at night. So yeah, so it energizes us, and we try to do our chair yoga every morning, but that's hard to get into again.
All right. You'll get there though if you just keep striving.
Yep.
So Grace, we're just putting in the chat this morning. What are you going to do for Grace today to make her feel better? Tamara, and then we'll go to Grace.
To be honest, I don't know. I think I'm gonna, I don't know. I don't know. It's just been a wild week already. So I don't know. But I am gonna go to church. That will make
Yes, do that. Make sure you get up and go to church. That will make you feel better. I know that. Now, do you have church today? Tonight?
today's Wednesday, so yeah, it's Wednesday dinner.
Yeah, okay. And
It's
dinner. So great. That's great.
family, we call it family dinner. So,
All
you
right,
know,
awesome, awesome. I love that. And you know what? You deserve to have like a milkshake or a bowl of ice cream today. So grab you something that you really enjoy, you know, maybe it's a banana, I don't know, but something that you would enjoy that you might not always treat yourself with, that's somewhat healthy for you. Or maybe it is well, it's too hot now to walk. Maybe it is to maybe it's to take a little cat nap or watch your favorite TV show. So Grace, how about you?
Well, first of all, I think Tamara's idea is great because, family night, we're having dinner with the people at their church. It's, casual, and you can have great conversations. And yeah, I think that would be wonderful. And so I don't know what you can do for me particularly.
Well, we're not doing that today. We're just asking you what you're going to do to help you feel better today.
Oh,
So will you be going to church tonight too? Oh, you're
no,
called.
no, it's we don't have a Wednesday night service. We just have Sunday morning, and during the year we have Sunday evening, but not in the summer.
Awesome.
And Thursday, we have Thursday from 11 to 1 for seniors during the year, but not in the summer. Anyways, to make me feel better, I'm drinking my coffee.
That's right. I already had my coffee and starting on my water this morning. I can't find my cup, my big pink cup. I'm sure I've set it down somewhere. I just don't know where. To talk about church just for 2 minutes before we turn it over to Dar, since she's busy on her phone, is that I wanted to say is that, when I was young, that was my escape. I know I shouldn't use church as an escape, but I was like 6 or 7. And if I went to church, I was safe. At home, I wasn't safe. I didn't have to do the dishes. I didn't have to take care of my younger brothers and sisters. I got to go be me. And especially in the summer when there was no school, that was my only way out. So I caught every bus. I didn't care if it was what denominational it was. I caught a bus to church somehow, some way. Now, I was raised Baptist, so usually it was Baptist. But sometimes if I missed that bus, I would get on the Joy bus, which was a Church of Christ. And I would get on that bus because it would come right down my road, and I would just stand out there and it would stop and pick me up and take me to church. So I was always And then if I missed that bus for some reason from changing a diaper from my younger siblings, I would run across the neighborhood to the Pentecostal church. I just didn't care as long as I got away from my parents and that house. So everyone, the reason I'm telling this story, everyone goes to church for different reasons, at different ages, at different episodes in their life. But we never had a food pantry that I ever remembered in any church I ever went to. We never had a clothes closet, whatever you want to call it, at a church that I ever went to, that I'm aware of, that I remember. Maybe I was too young, but I went to church in that same area all the way till I got married at 18. And I never, heard of it or seen of it. But I remember they would go take mission trips every summer. My mother would never let me go because something bad may happen to me. Get that philosophy when things were bad happening right at home. So, and then, but I loved going on Wednesday night because we would have, like student night, and then we would get to eat dinner. And then on Sunday mornings, at least once a month, we would have potluck after that service on Sunday mornings, and then Sunday nights. So it was always something going on. It was a fun time. On Wednesday nights, we would play games. On Sunday nights, we might play games. We would always sing on Sunday mornings. The kids would, and I met my husband through church. That's why I always say, God brought me my best friend very young at 15, but here we are 41 years plus later. Might not have been the ideal mental, of, oh my gosh, you met him at 15, but he came in my life at the perfect time. So again, I'm telling you this because, and I know we're not at church, but we all go to church for different reasons. We all go to the grocery store for different reasons. We all come here for a different reason. And what my prayer is for everyone, and hope and dream, is that everyone gets something out of it, even if it's not what you thought it was when you came in. Maybe you get more. You get a bonus. So with that said, I want to bring you my very favorite card maker, my very favorite Dar. And Dar, welcome, welcome. Get us unstuck, Dar.
Just made a typo in the a funny typo in the sorry. I'm
All right, let's go, Dar. Get us unstuck, my friend.
Okay, well, just give me 1 second. Greetings, and I welcome you to my chat about getting unstuck. And I think you all already know why I chose that topic to talk about today. I don't need to introduce myself, so I'll just jump right into it. This is something that every entrepreneur faces at some point, and getting unstuck in your business. But more importantly, we're going to explore how to get unstuck and move forward with clarity and confidence. Understanding the concept of being stuck, define stuck. Can we go around the room and get a quick idea or analogy of what everyone thinks the definition of unstuck is? So the example I'm going to give is when you kind of flush the toilet and it gets stuck. There's all of your stuff coming out and toilet paper, and you can't get it unstuck. So what do? You grab the plunger, comes out, and so we'll go with Tamara first. What do you think getting unstuck would be to you?
Well, I don't think unstuck is quite that way, but for me, but I love your analogy. Dar, I just think you're the greatest anyway. Unstuck to me is when I get up and I do what I want, what I need to get done. That's being unstuck to me.
Getting up from the couch. Okay.
Yeah. and getting up and doing exactly what you need to get done. That's
Exactly. Grace, what do you think?
Well, we had a perfect example this morning when I had no view on the camera, and Abby helped me get unstuck by
Woo!
saying you should re-download the Zoom because I hadn't done it in years. And then and when that wouldn't work, I tried Abby's suggestion of turning off my computer and then turning it back on again, and that worked. So now I'm
Woohoo!
unstuck.
Isn't she awesome? She's just so amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
Anita, what?
Abby is so awesome. It's logical, but it's something that you don't always think of, and it's so simple. It's
Yeah,
so simple to do.
exactly. Okay, Anita.
Well, I know I'm stuck when I'm starting to procrastinate or find other things to do. And getting unstuck is realigning my energy. If I need rest or if I need to do tapping or whatever it is to move past that to get back on track, much like Tamara, getting things done that you need to do that it's more fun to go clean the toilet sometimes than do some of the stuff you need to do. So
Yeah.
I was stuck this morning. I was stuck with the not wanting to get my day started, and the shower helped me get unstuck, and getting me refreshed and going forward.
Cool. LaDonna.
My most frequent stuck is when my head is spinning or the brain fog, which makes my head spin. When I have that brain fog, I really have to work hard to balance myself, literally stop what I'm doing and what I'm thinking and find my happy thought. I know that's kind of silly, but I have to find my happy place in my mind. And then my mind will start opening and flourishing again. But if I continue to try to move on with that fog spinning head, I literally feel like I'm going to fall down. So that's my most frequent challenge of getting unstuck.
Right, right. Okay, so we got some strategies about getting unstuck. It really all depends on what you're stuck on or what you think you're stuck on about. Sometimes the tactics that you're using just simply aren't working. And lack of clear goals, information overload is a huge one, as is fear of failure or success. We can always get together and discuss how fear can paralyze decision making. I find myself in that boat with things that have happened in my most recent times. I lost vision in one eye, so that really has me stuck because it takes me twice as long to do what I need to do. So we can revisit our whys. If you go over why you're doing it, I think everybody in this room loves what they're doing. And you have to revisit what you're passionate about. Set clear, achievable goals. And if you break down your bigger goals, that will help into small bulleted ideas. And don't put too many because that will make you overwhelm yourself. And I think maybe 3 bullet points are enough to get you started. Don't do more than that. and focus on your work. I know it's hard to focus some days. Like right now, for me, I'm totally distracted because I saw Spencer after he so sillishly um left us. So he was out there all night long, and I can't even believe he's still alive. I've got some in the neighborhood looking for him. But anyway, you've got to set clear, achievable goals by simplifying your search. Focus on what works. You can double down on the strategies and have shown results out of trying everything at once. Prioritize those tasks. When I first met Abby, she showed me a way, it's so vague now. She showed me a way that you can number your the importance of one thing to another. So what you do is you put all of your goals down on another piece of paper, and then you go through the list and number the most important ones that you have to do. And then that way you can break your first three, then the next three, and so on. So I hope that is understandable how I described it. If not, Abby can explain it. She's good at explaining that kind of stuff. Or you can seek outside help, mentorship with LaDonna. We have mentor right here in the room. And Tamara too, I think, is really good at helping you through stuff like that, because I've had a few meetings with her, and I'd like to follow up on those two more. So anyway, you try, if you have to invest on certain tools, and so be it, but you want to try to keep that cost down as much as possible. And like all those apps that everybody wants you to put into your computer, and it's just too many for me anyway. And if you're all like me, I'm not computer savvy anymore like I used to be, but I'm very fortunate to have one 2 steps away from me. She's a wonderful computer angel. So now, maintaining momentum. Talk about the power of consistency in business. Small daily actions can lead to significant progress over time. Celebrating wins. Encourage recognizing and celebrating even the smallest success. Go have a glass of wine, or go get yourself an ice cream cone, or whatever you like to do. Celebrate, not necessarily with food, but maybe a nice little intricate figurine or something. Regular check-ins to start getting into regular times to evaluate progress. Like I think once a week would be too much, but maybe once a month or twice a month would be good. And in conclusion, the importance of getting unstuck, or when you were stuck, is identifying the root cause and implement a strategy to move forward as quickly as you can. And just forget the past. It's like losing weight. I know most of us are struggling with losing weight. That's a definitely getting stuck thing. And in this case, you can't get unstuck with food, but you can get unstuck with another kind of treat, like a book or whatever. Remember, every business goes through rough patches, and getting unstuck is not about overcoming obstacles, but about growing stronger and more resilient as a business owner. Call to action: invite I'd like to invite you to take the first step today, whether it's reassessing your goals or simplifying their strategies or seeking support. So that's about all I have for today, for now, on this topic. And I don't know how much time I have left, but
Well, we have a little bit of time left, and I would like to ask, Dar, you said you were done, right?
yep,
I would
go
like
ahead.
everyone to go around the room, and do we have any questions or comments for Dar? The first thing that comes to mind is when Dar said, I don't know if I'm going to say it exactly the way Dar said, but evaluate.
Yes.
I'm going to say it again, evaluate. I will tell you that I'm in a time of my space that I am evaluating what I'm doing, what I want to do, and what my soul and body is telling me, back off, woman, you're not 30 anymore. And pulling this, 2 or 3 a.m., 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. is a lot for me. I know some women my age can do it every day, but this woman don't want to do it every day anymore. And I'm really having to figure out what I want to do about it. What's working, what's not working, what can I change? Well, one thing I realized that I have stopped taking care of me. I have stopped taking care of the house the way it should. And I have, even my poor dogs have not even taken care of the way they should be. Not that they're going without, but like they need to be brushed every day. They haven't been brushed all week. It's already Wednesday. Things like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not 30 anymore. So you got to evaluate yourself every once in a while. And you know what? Sometimes I evaluate myself. I know Dar, I think, said maybe once a month or so. I evaluate every day something. Like at the end of the day, I'm like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have done this instead of that. And then I could have got this done. It would have made it easier, but you don't see it while you're doing it. So your evaluation could look a little different. Depending on how often you're doing it and how you're feeling when you do it. If you've had a bad day, you do not want to evaluate the day. Because all you want to do is throw in the towel and go to bed. That's me. Me sleeping will help me feel better. Even though I don't feel better when I get up. The issue is still there, but mentally I can think better. So I'm saying this, you have to take the time to evaluate what's working, what's not. So yes, Anita, what would you have to say? Any questions or comments?
No, one of the things that it brought up, Dar, in your talk was when you were talking about clear goals, being clarity is critical to know next steps.
I
And
agree.
one way to get more clarity, especially if you're feeling stuck, is to journal. And
Yes,
write what
yes.
you really, really want and why, and then why that. And that helps bring about that clarity that can get you unstuck or sustain that momentum. So thanks.
Oh, I love that. I
Thank
love
you,
that.
Nina. Yeah.
Yeah, and we hear about journaling all the time from Dr. LaDonna as well. And she says the same thing you do, Anita, is that it really helps her thrive to get to the next mission she's on. So yeah, I love it. Grace, how about you?
Well, I like what Dar said about make a list of your tasks, because I just have so many various things. I mean, there's there's everyday things like laundry and dishes and vacuuming, and I haven't vacuumed in so long, but I have to make sure that everyone is awake before I can vacuum. But anyways, because it gets noisy, right? And but I do have to make a list of tasks that I need to do that day every morning so that I can cross them off. And then when I cross them off, I feel accomplished, that something was done. And yeah. And and then when I do make up my tasks, usually my husband comes in and say, "Oh, can you do this?" So then I have to add another task. but it helps get everything accomplished. One thing I want to ask Dar is did Spencer come home is Spencer in the house yet?
No, I
Oh.
was sitting here on my computer. We have great big huge awesome windows here.
Oh.
And I saw him walk by just out of the corner of my left eye, believe it or not. And so my left eye has perfect peripheral. But
Oh,
anyway, he's
yeah.
not home yet. I've got a big dish of food out there for him, some
Oh.
water, and one of Abby's dirty laundry tops. So hopefully he picks up her scent.
Yeah, well, oh yeah.
He's blind and deaf, eh? And
Yeah.
I'm amazed that he's still alive. He must have
Well,
been.
yes, and we can thank God it's summer instead of winter, because if it was winter, he would
If
be
it was
frozen to
winter, yeah.
death. So we can thank God it's summer.
Yeah. Well, this is not a habit of his for taking off. He's a house dog. So
And
thank you for asking.
Grace, I was laughing because every time my husband calls me from work or he comes home, the first thing out of his mouth is, "I need you to do this. Can you do this? Did you do that?" And then I never do enough because he thinks every time I do something like make a phone call that it's only going to take 2 minutes. No, no, no. Number one, the phone call, after I finally get them to answer, it's usually someone I can't understand because it's a different language and I have to ask for somebody different. Then I have to be on hold, or that person's not available. They got to call me back. I mean, he has no clue because he doesn't do those things. So then I have to get upset and tell him I'm not his secretary. But yeah, I go through the same thing. But I have my list, everyday list here, and you can see I've already started scratching off. And all of my work list, like my business list, is literally on my calendar. All of these things are also on my calendar, but I'm like you. I have to have something to cross off so I feel like I'm accomplished. I'm still a little old school, but I'm getting better. Tamara, what would you have to say?
First of all, Dar, you did a really good job. I
Thank
really
you.
am impressed with your presentation. Secondly, I would have to say that, I have to get excited. And if I don't get excited, I just sit here. I have to really tell myself to get excited about everything I have to do. I have to be excited about cleaning the house. I have to get excited about going to church. I have to be excited. And if I don't get excited, I sit back and go, "Oh yeah, I can go back to sleep." I've really not had a very good week, and all I've really wanted to do is sleep. And I am just trying to build myself up out of that. Hence why I am here with no hairdo, no make. I have makeup on, but no lipstick, no nothing. I just want you all to know.
You're beautiful just the way
You're
you
still
are.
beautiful.
I just want you to know that I'm very glad to share this time with you guys. And Dar, you did a wonderful job. And anytime you need me, you holler. Abby, you too.
Thank you.
Abby, how about you? Anything today?
I don't really have anything to add except the fact that I was quite pleased with her presentation, how she handled it, considering.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dar, did you get a snapshot of us yet?
I just put it in the chat.
Okay, perfect.
Does everybody look? I think everybody's looking at.
So, I think so. I think it's good enough. All right. So, with that said, I think we had a great reminder today from Dar. We know all of these things, but sometimes we need someone to say it a little different, to say it with a little bit different pizzazz, to just bring it up again for us to remember. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, you know. So find something that resonates with you. Like I put in the chat, like, if, Dar talked about breaking things down into papers to remember things and prioritize things or whatever. I always tell people when I was younger, balancing the kids and the school, and I was going to college and I was working and being the PTA president, all that stuff, I would say, okay, my platter is overfilled. It's, stuff is falling off of my platter. Well, because that resonated with me. Because I was always, feeding someone, always having to plan dinner, always having to plan food for each presentation at the PTA, and, having all these functions. So then I learned to break that platter down into dinner plates, and then break those dinner plates down into saucers. And then I even remember how I used to tell my girls when they were younger, probably middle school age, they would get overwhelmed with things. I would say, just pretend that they're bowls of ice cream. You have this huge bowl of ice cream. Now you need to start breaking it down to smaller bowls. That resonated with them because ice cream, so yes, break down whatever resonates, pieces of paper, your glass, bigger glass to smaller glass, or your cups. Grace, use your coffee cup, big coffee cup. Now I need to break it down to smaller coffee cups. And I wish I could say I haven't vacuumed in a very long time, but having my 3 fur friends, vacuuming is an everyday thing here because of the dog hair and dust. But that only takes care of the floor. I wish they would. I want to create this machine that you can just plug in, put it in the middle of your room, and it would dust the walls, the furniture, the floors. Wouldn't that be amazing? That would be amazing. I'm like, okay, I just vacuumed. Do I dust before I vacuum or after I vacuum? Well, it really don't matter because it's all getting back on there again. But it makes you feel better knowing it's done. Then it starts all up. It's like dirty laundry, right? Dirty dishes. It's an ongoing thing. So is your list. You're marking it off and it's going to pop back on there again, but at least you got it off of there once. Dar.
Another example of getting unstuck. I just thought of it, and it would be going down a rabbit hole. For example, do you ever go to YouTube or to TikTok or to Pinterest, and you're just looking for one thing, and then you see something else? Oh my God, that's awesome. I got to try that. And then you end up spending more and more and more time on it, and it's just trying to get yourself out of it. Happens to me often.
Yes, I will tell you, Dar, I hear people all the time, and I'll think, how can you get lost in all of that? But put me in an antique store and pick me up in a week. Put me in a fabric store and pick me up in a month.
We got the perfect store here for you, LaDonna.
For a month and still want to play some more.
We have the perfect store here.
So, all right. Take the photo that Dar gave us. Go post it everywhere on your social media. Tell people what you've been doing this morning. What did you remember? What did you like best? What resonated with you most? And then go to our private Facebook group and do the very same thing.
I also put my notes in the chat as well, so you can check them out.
Awesome.
There's a lot more information there that I didn't get around to, but There might be some repeats, but
That's
enjoyed the
okay.
reading.
I loved it. You did an awesome job, Dar, and you need to do this more and more often.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you did great.
I'm
To
glad I
let
got a
everyone
picture.
know, I am starting over the summertime revival workshop. Tamara graduated. Woohoo!
Woo!
Tamara, we sent you your certificate via email. You should have already gotten it. But I need to know, what is the nearest printing store around your area?
No Staples? You're muted.
I don't even know, to be truthful. I don't know what Hutch has. I don't know what Newton has. I don't know.
Okay, I'll look it up. So your town is what?
Burton,
Burton.
Burton.
Yeah.
Now, Wichita is like 30 miles away. Hutch is 15. Newton is 15. McPherson is 18.
All right, I'll look it up and see what's and then I'll ask you before, because I want to order a real certificate and have it printed and pay for it. Then she just has to go and pick it up. If that's because I don't know if they'll mail it. Mine will not mail it because I already went through that. I was just gonna have my printer here do it, like Staples or whatever, and then have them ship it. They won't do it. So, you know. And which is crazy because they have shipping service there. If I'm gonna pay for it, why don't they, you know what I mean?
Right.
Craziness. So anyway, I will figure it out, but you should have already gotten one emailed to you this week.
I
And
did.
then Dar has one class left. And then Grace, you came to one class, so you have 3 classes left, and then you'll be certified. And so yeah, Tamara, do you think this class was worth the $120 that you paid for it? Yeah, it's and the good thing is Tamara can repeat the class if she wants, just to keep motivated or remember things she might have forgotten. You'll pick something else up new because things are going to come up because I'm teaching it. It's not, I have it recorded where people can buy it recorded, but if I'm virtually teaching it, different things are going to come up. So, all right. See you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, everybody.